bedwetting. He struggled to shove himself up. Oh! Anna looked to Bradley for help. Come on, let's get you to the bathroom, Bradley said, helping him up. He looked over at Anna. Don't move from that spot. Jared threatened me and my future descendants with grievous bodily harm if you moved an inch from where he left you. She grinned at him and went back to the love seat to wait for Jared. Chapter 1. Bullet Points. Jared. Bullet points, Jared said cryptically. That's what we need. He tightened his arms around Anna until she complained. He hadn't turned her loose except for when he torched the boat, and he didn't plan to either. What's he going on about now? Sten asked Bradley. Fletcher looked half dead, but he still gave Jared an exasperated glance. Did I say that I missed you? He asked. Because I'm thinking I might have been slightly better off alone in the woods with Anna. Pfft, yeah, right, Scarface. You know your life would be empty and meaningless without me around. You need me. Anywho, before I was so rudely interrupted, I was thinking we need to lay out a plan, step by step. Bullet points. What for? Sten asked. What for? What for? So this crap doesn't ever happen again. I mean, have you been around the last couple of days, or was I traveling with an empty, Sten-shaped shell? Besides, Stuart and Al are still out there. We need a plan to find them. A good, safe plan. Anna laid a hand on his arm, and he tightened his hold around her again. She wasn't leaving his sight ever again. In fact, he was going to always maintain at least 2 points of contact with her body. He kissed her temple and shifted her a little on his lap. Humvees were not made for carrying this many people comfortably, especially Sten's Humvees, in which the goal seemed to have been to remove every last smidgen of comfort and replace it with sharp bits of metal. What kind of plan? Bradley asked. One that doesn't involve Fletcher or Anna leaving Sten's compound ever again, Jared said. Jared, you can't just lock us up. Besides, nothing too terrible happened, she argued. You were kidnapped by pirates, nearly raped and murdered, then almost killed by the Muty Doublemint twins, and you don't call that bad? He said. Ease up on my ribs, she said. He let go, instantly suspicious. I thought you said you weren't hurt. He started to lift her shirt, and she smacked his hand back down. For fuck's sake, Jared, she yelled. Everyone went silent and wide-eyed. Jared froze. You never cuss, he said. Yeah, well, you won't ease up. I'm not going anywhere, so just chill out already. I'm completely fine, she explained. And you don't know your own strength. Anna's right, Fletch said. Being out there wasn't easy, but no permanent damage was done. He looked out the window, and Jared had the feeling that there was more there. Fletcher was hiding something. You're going to need to tell us what happened, Bradley said from the front seat. Anna and Fletch looked at each other, and he couldn't discern the meaning of it. I don't know where to start, Fletch began. Start at the bridge, Jared suggested. As Fletch got further and further into the story, Jared did his best to control the tension in his body. He wanted to go back to the boat they had just left and pound the bodies of those assholes into the dirt. The darkness that he had been holding at bay by a thread threatened to rear its head. Only the feeling of Anna in his arms stopped him from exploding. This morning, after they had left the boat and went ashore at the campground, Sten had radioed in their location. The other Humvees and the rest of Sten's people showed up. There were murmurings as they took in the scene, and they gave Fletch and Anna assessing and pitying looks. He knew she hated that. She looked thinner, even though she'd only been gone a week. Fletch just looked like death warmed over, and Jared realized just how close Anna had come to being left alone. If Fletch hadn't made it. He blew out her breath. They were on their way back to Sten's now. Everything was okay. Almost. Stuart and Al were still out there. They were going to have to get Anna and Fletch settled in before they went back out searching. Jared's gut clenched at the thought of leaving her again so soon.